Hey friends, my name is Amanda and today I'm doing quite a large book haul. So you may or may not have noticed, depending on how much you watch my videos, I took quite a large break at the start of this year. I didn't mean to take such a long time off, but while I took this break off, I did buy quite a lot of books. So I have a very large amount of books to show you today, so you maybe want to grab a snack for this one. So these are a mix of books that I bought for myself, that I got for my birthday, and then there's one book that I was sent by a publisher. I also have one thing to show you that is not a book but is book related. So because I have so much to show you, let's just jump in and talk about it. So I will firstly show you the bookish related item that I bought, and that is a book sleeve. It is so pretty, and unfortunately the camera is not picking up just how sparkly it is. Well, you can sort of see it. I love this. I bought this from a company called Oodly Inspirational. So that's the name of the company there, if you can read that. This is an Australian company that I follow on Instagram. I will link them down below as well if you would like to check them out. I love this though. This is their largest book sleeve that they sell. I intended on only ever buying one of these, so I bought the biggest with the intention that I could put almost any book in it, which is true, but it is quite big. So this fits probably like books like the size of a Lumine. It's quite big, so yeah, I'm very happy with it. I love it. I did pay a little bit extra so I could get the button with the elastic on it, but yeah, it's really nice. It's really padded. I like it, and I love this color. It's the best. I definitely do want to get a smaller one though to fit my smaller books, but yeah, I thought I'd show you that because I haven't shown it anywhere yet. I love it. I haven't been able to use it yet, but I'm excited to be able to do that. So now we'll jump into the books. So the first book that I have to show you is one that I received unsolicited from Pam Macmillan, and I'm very thankful to Pam Macmillan for sending me a copy of this, and that is The Rules for Being a Girl by Candice Bushnell and Katie Cotugno. I'm currently reading this. I'm almost finished. I don't have many pages left at all. I'm loving it. Just a spoiler for my review. I didn't actually know what this was when I went into it, but there are the rules for being a girl on the back. This essentially follows a girl named Marin, and Marin is a popular bright girl that is on track to go study journalism at Brown University. Hopefully she has applied to study there, and she gets along quite well with her English teacher, Mr. Beckett, or Bex as she knows him. She spends quite a lot of time with this teacher, but then one day Bex kisses her and her whole world is kind of changed, and she tells someone that this happened, and she's unfortunately not believed. This leads Marin to write the article The Rules for Being a Girl in her school's newspaper, and things kind of go from there, where she starts really noticing the everyday sexism and misogyny that takes place in her school, and it's about her trying to take power back from all of that. It is a very interesting read. I'll definitely touch on it more when I do a review on it, but yeah, thank you so much to Pam Macmillan for sending me a copy of this. So the rest of the books I have were books that I either bought myself or I was given as a gift by my parents for my birthday, but they in no particular order. I literally had them just stacked up in piles on my shelves, and I don't remember when I bought all of them, so I'm going to go through these as quickly as I can, and some of them I don't know what they're about. I bought them because of recommendations, but let's just start from the top of the pile and I'll work my way down. So the first book that I have to show you is Adults by Emma Jane Unsworth. I seen this one day when I went into Dimmicks and it just caught my eye for some reason. I had heard somebody talking about this on Facebook, I believe. I follow quite a few book clubs on Facebook, so I don't remember where I seen it, unfortunately, but it drew my eye because I just liked this cover. This follows someone named Jenny, and she is an unlovable, unemployed, and emotionally unfiltered. Her long-suffering friends seem sick of her, and whilst her social media portrays her life as a bed of roses, it is more of a dying succulent. So the synopsis is Adults is what you want it to be. A misadventure of maturity, a satire on our age of self-promotion, a tender look at the impossibility of womanhood, a love story, a riot. So it sounded really interesting and it drew my attention when I seen the cover, so I decided to pick it up. I've obviously not read this yet, but flipping through it, it looks like it's a mix of story, emails, text messages, so it should be a quick read. Next, I picked up two of the word cloud classics. That is a tongue twister. So yeah, I picked up The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. Firstly, I kind of knew this was a book, but I've never seen it, and I was like, I wonder what this is like in the book, so I picked it up. And I've always just wanted to read Alice in Wonderland, so I picked up this one. I love these. These are quite beautiful. They also have really nice illustrated end papers. So this one looks like this. So yeah, I'm excited. So I would like to collect a few of these, but these are the first two that I started with. So obviously Alice in Wonderland is by Lewis Carroll, and The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood is by Howard Pyle. So the next one I picked up, and I do know I bought this one for myself for my birthday, is Middle Game by Seanan McGuire. I have heard so many people say how much they love Seanan McGuire's books, but I've unfortunately not read any yet. I definitely want to get the Wayward Children series, because that's the one I've obviously heard the most about. But I do remember, I think it was Rachel from Rachel Marie saying how much she liked this. I believe I've seen quite a few people. But when I read the synopsis, it just sounded really interesting. So it follows Roger. He is skilled with words and language comes easy to him. He instinctively understands how the world works through the power of story. And then there's Dodger, his twin, where numbers are her obsession and her everything. Roger and Dodger aren't human, or they're not exactly human, though they don't realize it. And then we meet Reed. He's skilled in the alchemical arts like his progenitor before him. Reed created Dodger and her brother, but he's not their father, not quite. He has a plan to raise the twins to the highest power, to ascend with them, to claim their authority as his own. Godhood is attainable, pray it isn't attained. So yeah, that synopsis drew me in, so I decided to pick up a copy. I also have to show you The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. This is book 3 in the Folk of Air series. I haven't actually read the first 2 books yet, but I do have them. I just wanted to pick up this so I can binge read the series when I do get to it. So I feel like I've shown this, but I'm not sure. But anyway, here it is again. Sorry if you've seen it before. The next one I have to show you is A Legacy of Ash by Matthew Ward. This book is freaking huge. How many pages is it? 768, so maybe they're thick paper. I don't know. It's huge though. I don't even remember buying this. Like, I remember, like, this definitely is something right up my alley, so I know why I bought it. But I'm not going to read you the whole synopsis, but I'll just read you the tagline. This is a debut by Matthew Ward. It's an epic tale of intrigue, revolution, soldiers and assassins, ancient magic, and the eternal clash of empires. So ever since Game of Thrones ended, I've just been like seeking books that are along those same lines. So this definitely sounds like that, and I'm excited to get to it. It's so big though. It's huge. This is going to be fun to read. But I'm excited, and this cover is to die for. I love it. The next one I have to show you is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. I've always wanted to read this, and I just seen this really beautiful edition of it, so I decided to pick it up. This won the British Book Awards for Newcomer of the Year. I'm not sure what year it won that, but it did. This one is too also a chunker. This is just over 1,000 pages long. It's big. This follows a character obviously named Mr. Norrell, and he's a magician. And then there is Jonathan Strange, who is the antithesis of Norrell. So it's a dangerous battle between two great men whose obsessions and dabblings with the dark arts will cause more trouble than they can possibly imagine. So yeah, look, you have me hooked when it comes to anything magic, so that is why I picked this up. I've always been wanting to read it, but this cover is beautiful. I'm not sure what are the name of these. These is the Bloomsbury Modern Classics. This spine though, I can tell as soon as I start reading this, is not going to cope well with being read. It's going to bend really easy, but that's okay. I don't mind. Yeah, I'm interested to see what this one's like. I probably won't read this one anytime soon, just because I'm not in the mood for a huge chunkin' book, but I can't wait to get to it one day. The next one I have to show you is The Evil Queen by Gina Showalter. This I believe is like a retelling-ish of Snow White, except we focus on the Evil Queen rather than Snow White. So this follows Evelyn Morrow. She was raised in the mortal realm, but there is another realm known as Enchantia where magical legends and creatures still exist, but Evelyn doesn't know that this is real until she gains the ability to communicate through mirrors. But then she soon learns that she is to be Snow White's greatest enemy, the Evil Queen. So this just sounded really interesting. I don't know, this cover drew me in, and then when I found out it was like a Snow White retelling, I'm like, I'm in. So I haven't picked this up again, like 99% of these books, but I'm very interested in this one. So the next one I have to show you is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha. Again, this one I've seen quite a lot of people talk about and saying that they really enjoyed it, so I decided to pick it up and give it a go. I don't know a great deal about this book other than the really small synopsis at the top, where each year 8 girls are chosen to be paper girls to serve the king, and it's the highest honour that these girls could hope for. But this year there's a 9th girl, and instead of paper she's made of fire. So yeah, it sounds really good. I love this cover, love it. This girl on the cover is stunning, like, love. Yeah, I've heard nothing but amazing things, so I just had to pick this one up. And I love me a good YA fantasy, so I'm excited. There is another book that I picked up but I don't believe I've shown, although I did talk about in my recent reads video. I'll link that up here, and that is The Girl in Red by Christina Henry. I picked that one up because Riley Marie said it was one of her most favourite reads of 2019, so I bought that one. I have a few more that are along those same lines, that they were Riley's favourites of 2019. I did talk about that one, like I said, in my recent reads, so if you'd like to know my thoughts, go and check that one out. So like I said, I did buy a couple more books based on Riley's recommendations. So I picked up If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. This one I believe is a YA thriller. I don't know a great deal about it, but especially if it's a thriller, I don't want to know a great deal about it. And then there is The Rules for Vanishing by Kate Alice Marshall, and I think this one sounds a bit dystopian apocalyptic as well. But yeah, so I picked those two up. I don't know a great deal about them, but I'm probably gonna continue to go into them blind because I do enjoy going into books not knowing a lot, so I especially like picking them up based on recommendations, and yeah, I'm excited for these two. So the next one I have to show you is Who Fears Death by Nnedi Okorafor. This one popped up, I believe, on Booktopia when I was browsing one day, and it just sounded very interesting. This one is set in a post-apocalyptic Sudan, and it starts by following a woman who is wandering the African desert after surviving a rape by an enemy general and the annihilation of her village. She hopes to die, but instead she gives birth to an angry baby girl with hair and skin the colour of sand, and names her Onye Sonwu, meaning Who Fears Death. Onye is fated for a life of violence, to be an outcast. But she is unusual in ways that go deeper beyond the tint of her skin. So from childhood she possesses a remarkable and unique magic. As Onye grows, so does her powers, and then she comes to know someone that wishes her dead. So this, I believe, is becoming a TV show as well, but it sounds very interesting, and I love this cover. I also even love the back, like it's just a really pretty book. Love. So yeah, I picked this one up because it sounded very interesting, so I can't wait to get to that. And I'm sorry that I'm saying that for every book. It's true, I can't wait to get to them. So the next 3 books I have to show you are ones that I've already read. They are the To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy, so To All the Boys I've Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You, and Always and Forever Lara Jean. I do already own the hardback editions of these, but I have been wanting to reread these and annotate these, so I bought these beautiful paperbacks. So I am currently reading To All the Boys I Loved Before and annotating it. And yeah, you guys all know what this is about. I love this series, so yeah, and I'm really enjoying rereading it because I've been loving the Netflix shows or movies. So yeah, I bought these. I'm excited. The next one I have to show you is one that I was given for my birthday by my parents, I do remember, and that is Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. This is book 2 so the sequel to Skyward. I haven't read Skyward yet, so I'm not going to read what this one is about. So the next 5 books I have to show you are all by the same author. So if you watch any of my vlogs or anything from the end of last year, you can probably guess who that author is. But I bought the entire Covenant series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So we have Half-Blood, Pure, Deity, Apollyon, and Sentinel. So yeah, I have just been loving every Jennifer L. Armentrout book that I have bought or read recently. So I bought this entire series. I haven't gotten to it yet. I've been trying to take a break from Jennifer L. Armentrout books. Even though I'm just loving everything I've read, I don't want to read them all back to back. I want to try and spread them out over the year, so I've got some to come back to when I'm ready. And I know that if I start reading the first book in this series, that I will just devour the whole series. So I'm taking a break. I don't really know what this is about. I bought it because I know I'm gonna love them, probably, hopefully. But yeah, I got those. So the next book that I have to show you is Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. This is another one that I bought without knowing a great deal about, other than pretty much everyone I know that's read it has loved it. And I obviously love Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, so I picked this one up. I don't really want to read the synopsis because, like I said a million times already, I just like going into books blind. So yeah, I picked this one up and I love this blue. I love it. The next one that I picked up is The Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julia C. Dow. Again, this was another one that I heard about through the booktubes, that pretty much everyone I know who has read it has loved it. This one follows 18-year-old Zifang, who is a beautiful peasant girl. The stars say that she is destined to be Empress of Fanglu, but only if she embraces the darkness within her. And it's a choice that she must make carefully. Down one path lies obscurity, and down the other path comes everlasting glory, but that comes with its sacrifices. So I guess it's probably about her trying to decide if she wants to make that sacrifice or not. Yeah, I've just heard some great things. I again love this cover. This green is one of my most favorite colors lately. I just love that emeraldish foresty green. I love it. So yeah, I picked this one up. The next one I have to show you is Little Women by L.M. Alcott, or Louisa May Alcott, I believe her name was. This I picked up at Big W, and this is, I believe, a replica of the book that is in the movie. So it is a replica of like the original looking Little Women. It's got pictures in it. I believe these pictures are from the movie. I've not seen the movie, but yeah, I've always wanted to read this book, and when I seen this just really awesome edition, I decided to pick it up. It's the end papers, if you can even see, which you can't, they just look white. Yeah, so I picked this up because I thought this is a really cool edition, and yeah, I definitely plan on watching the movie, most likely now, obviously, when it comes out on digital or streaming. But yeah, I am excited to get to this one day because I've always wanted to read this, and obviously being in lockdown, I've probably got plenty of time on my hands to do that. Next one I have to show you is The Last Witch, Andrzej Zubkowski. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. This is obviously the TV tie-in edition, and that is not a sticker. That's annoying. Anyway, so this is like the first book that features a bunch of short stories that kind of that lead into the series. I believe, yeah, I haven't watched The Witcher on Netflix yet because I've been wanting to read the books first, but I'm probably going to give in and watch the TV series first. I don't know, we'll see. But I've always wanted to read this, so, and I'm kind of partial to the TV tie-in editions sometimes. I don't know, but yeah, I seen this and I picked it up because it was really cheap. So the next one I have to show you is Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. This one is another one that I just seen on the shelf. The cover caught my eye, and then I've heard of Adam Silvera, although I've not read any of his books yet. I do have some to read, so hopefully I'll pick those up soon. This one is a fantasy book where I believe he typically writes contemporary. Correct me if I'm wrong though. I'm just going to read the back of it because it's really short. So two brothers thrown into an epic war, generations in the making. A fight for good and evil between those born with power and those who took it. One brother has the power to end it all. The other will stop at nothing in his pursuit of glory. Who will live forever and who will die trying? So it sounds so good. And yeah, oh, the writing's quite big. So the writing's quite big in it, so it's probably going to be a quick read. Although this is probably going to be a first book in a series, so I may hang out until closer to the sequel. Who knows? But yeah, again, this cover, I love how shiny this is. Is this a phoenix? I'm not sure, but I love how shiny, which the camera's really not showing it off, but it's shining, trust me. The next one I have is Until Friday Night by Abby Glines. I read If There's No Tomorrow by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I've just been really loving contemporary books at the moment. So I was looking for another one that was kind of along the same lines of If There's No Tomorrow. I think I seen this one at Dimmicks and it sounded interesting, so I decided to pick it up. So it follows Wes Ashby. He is, you know, the cocky, popular, handsome guy, but while he's like the big man on campus, he is grief-stricken on the inside. And so for the past year, he has watched his father slowly die of cancer, and he hasn't told anyone because he can't face the truth. And then 2 years ago, Maggie Carlton witnessed her father murder her mother. Afterwards, she told the police what happened and then never spoke again. Even after moving to Lawton, Alabama to live with her uncle, Maggie kept the sorrow and her fractured heart hidden away. So this pain has grown unbearable for West, so he finally decides he needs to talk to someone about his dad. So in the dark shadows of a post-game party, he tells the one girl who doesn't speak at all, who doesn't speak all the things he can't tell anyone else. What West expected was relief, but what he didn't expect was for Maggie to reply. This sounds really interesting. I believe this is a series as well, but I'm interested to give it a go because I really liked If There's No Tomorrow, so I want to give this one a go. 3 more books left and my battery is flashing at me, but hopefully my other battery is charged. Okay, battery is no longer screaming at me. So the last 3 books I bought are probably some of the most recent that I've bought, so that worked out. But the first one is The Vanishing Deep by Astrid Scholl. I didn't read the other series that came out by Astrid that a lot of people seem to like, which is For Dead Queens, but I might pick that up because it sounded interesting too. But I've seen this one and I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and it sounded intriguing, so when I seen it and picked it up, I was like, oh my god, that sounds really good. So it follows 17-year-old Tempest, who was born into a world of water. She is the most skilled diver on the Equinox Reef. She searches drowned cities with her older sister Elsie, digging out old world treasures to trade for notes. Elsie mysteriously drowns though, and Tempest scavenges the ruins alone. She is determined to collect enough notes to buy back her sister's life for 24 hours, to finally learn the secrets of Elsie's last breath. However, once Elsie is revived, she convinces Tempest to break her out of the Palindromena research facility, and together they embark on a dangerous journey in search of the truth. But the clock is ticking, and with 2 wardens in hot pursuit, Tempest and Elsie must do everything they can to evade capture and uncover Palindromena's secrets before time runs out. This sounds really interesting. It sounds cool. Like when I picked it up, I thought it was like a thriller type book, and it does sound definitely like that, but it definitely sounds like there's more of a twist to it, and I'm intrigued. So now we are finally at the last 2 books. First one is Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. This is book 1 in the Last Hours series, but God knows whatever book in the Shadowhunter series as a whole. I still not caught up. I have still only read the first 3 books in the Mortal Instruments and the first book in the Infernal Devices, but I just like collecting the books, and I definitely want them all to match. So yeah, so this is a collector's first edition apparently, which I didn't realize. Ooh, it's got that in the front. That's nice. So that's probably what's in the collector's edition. Oh, and there appears to be a short story in the back, so that's fun. So that follows Will and Tessa. Almost dropped that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to catch up. I'm definitely going to read all the series because I know that they just keep coming out, and I'm definitely falling behind, but I'm definitely going to catch up. So yeah, I guess at this point though, I would like to reread the first 3 books, The Mortal Instruments, and probably the first book in Infernal Devices, even though I've read them, just so I can refresh my memory and then try and power on through. So maybe I might do that. Maybe I'll try and copy what April from Abrilius Maximus is doing, which was reading one of them a month. So maybe if I can do that, I'll be caught up. I know this is book 1 in its own series, but I definitely know how connected these Shadowhunters books are, and if you don't read the other series, you're probably not going to know what's going on this one. So yeah, I bought it though because I want the matching covers, and I will definitely read them one day. Last but certainly not least is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J Maas, book 1 in the Crescent City series. This is another one that I've heard some mixed things actually. I've heard some people really not like this book. I've heard a lot of people really love this book. So I have picked it up. I don't know what it's about. I don't want to know. It is, I think, an adult. Is it adult or YA? I don't know. But it's a fantasy and there's a mention of a demon on the back, so that's fun. So yeah, I'm excited to give this a read. Again, as I've said a million times, another beautiful cover. Yeah, so yeah, that was it. That was the very, very large book haul that I have for the start of this year. So these are books that I've bought throughout January, February and March. I don't anticipate there being another book haul this big this year. Obviously we're in lockdown because of COVID-19, and I am a casual worker that's not getting a lot of work at the moment, so I don't foresee me buying lots of books. I do foresee me trying to read lots of books though, so that will be nice. Maybe I can get through a chunk of these. But yeah, that was it. Let me know in the comments down below, have you read any of these books? Which ones do you recommend I get to before the others? If you made it to the end, leave me a little cat emoji down below. But that was it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all in my next one. Bye!